Hey YouTube, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Check this out. Received something super cool new yesterday. The new tiny FS-R4M receiver with ANT protocol from Flysky. That's for the new FS-G7P radio and also for the FS-G4P radio. And I love it. I love those tiny micro receivers perfect for Orlando's, for example, but I also use them in my SCX24s and other micro trucks. And so far I used the GMR receiver for the Flysky Noble. The new 4-channel receiver for the ANT protocol is even smaller. Check this out. And best price, it's much cheaper, only about half of the price of the GMR. So super cool. Doesn't have a gyro plug for the Flysky gyro. That's this tiny gyro, what it is called, FS-G7P, but for crawlers you won't use and need a gyro anyway. And it comes only in a super simple packing as the GMR, in such a plastic bag. There you'll find this manual. They call the plus and minus anode and cathode. Will puzzle a lot of people. And the receiver does come with the awesome tiny JST ZH 1.5mm plugs. Maybe some of you won't like this, but I love it, because the normal servo plugs are so large in the micros, and with those tiny plugs you save such a lot of room. Even in the SCX24, check this out, that's the GMR receiver. Tiny, and it does come with 4 plugs with wires, and you can get a lot of servos with those ZH plugs. This one, for example, or this super cool servo, but it's easy to change it out in other servos if you don't have such servos in those Sevox. For example, here I crimped ZH plugs to this Sevox servo. Probably not the easiest way. Easier is, as in this, I simply soldered the wire with plug to the servo board, but of course easiest way would be cut, but that's not me. However, I love this stuff, and best thing is it's really cheap, less than 20, maybe 15 bucks, and the GMR receiver is on promotion, maybe 30 bucks, but mostly 40 bucks, so quite a bit of difference. It does not have a bind plug, it has auto binding, and binding works perfectly. Let's check it out. I'll show you how to bind it. It's already bound. Works, of course. And if you want to bind it to a new model, simply, yes, I know, choose the new model. You go to model 5 now. Okay, then go back and go to receiver setup and RX set, bind set, choose it, and then you can choose ANT one-way or two-way. It manual says you can choose two-way or one-way, however it does not have sensor wires and the port for sensor wires, so one way will be okay too. And okay, and then go to start, and simply power on the small receiver, and it's in auto bind. Didn't work with one way. I don't know why. Choose two-way. And start. And simply power up the receiver. Bind success. So I didn't have success. ANT one-way. No problem with ANT two-way. You hear everything works fine. And yeah, awesome. I really love it because of the price, and I will use this a lot in my micros. Furthermore, I got a further new receiver for the Flysky G7P. That's a 8-channel receiver, normally a receiver for air with 2 antennas, the FS-R4M. This does come with sensor wires for voltage, and it works also without any problems with my new Flysky ANT radio. And I don't know what's the advantage to the FS-R7P that comes with the radio. That's a new one. If you saw my review video, the bind button didn't work. I did order a further of those FS-R7P receivers, and here the bind button works. So this was a faulty receiver I received with my radio. Advantage of the new 8-channel SR8 to the FS-R7P, probably not a lot. It does have all those sensor ports. It does have 2 antennas, so probably a lot more distance, but that's the only thing I see so far that is the difference to the 7-channel receivers. You can't use 8 channels anyway, only 7 channels, but this works, and all other ports are also here in the radio. So if you need a lot of distance, maybe that's an option for you. Otherwise, that's the new ANT protocol 8-channel receiver you will use in your planes. But that's not about this video. This video about the super nice new cheap 4-channel receiver, the FS-R4M. I love it. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. I'll be